Hello.
Hey, darling.
Hi, Tyler.
Fairuza.
Oh, great to meet you.
Me too.
I love that name.
Thank you.
Wow.
Come on in. My name is Fairuza Balk, and I'm an actress. Most people would probably know me from Almost Famous or American History X or The Waterboy or The Craft.
Oh, I love this couch. It's my color. Oh, well, I'm so excited. You came prepared with a notebook.
Yes,
so, this is
yes,
great.
indeed.
Yes, I actually always love when people bring notebooks because a lot of information comes through in a reading.
Yeah, that's
right.
why I wanted to write it all down.
Awesome, yeah. No, it's really good.
I'm interested to see who may have messages for me. There is someone that I have in mind that I hope I'll hear from. We'll see. I don't want to say. I'm going to keep it under my hat. Have you been doing this since you were little?
I've basically done this since I was 10 years old, and I've worked like formally since I was 16. But when I was 10, my grandmother was ill with cancer. I woke up one night and just knew she was going to pass away, and she did moments later. But the beauty of readings is that they're actually very positive. I tell people what they're meant to hear, not always what they want to hear. I don't believe that the future's set in stone, so I think we have some degree of influence over it. So we can focus on your personal life, and we'll see. So let's see what we can do. Okay, got that. So now, there's a reference to an opportunity to get into painting, specifically a reference to oil painting, and that's something that you'll have an opportunity to do. But the weird thing is there's also sculpting, and that's something that might seem completely left field.
That's crazy.
And it's like a new thing, but it definitely comes through.
That's crazy.
Do tell.
Last night, I called my boyfriend and I said, you know, I want to take sculpture classes because I bet if I could just get past the idea that I'm terrible at it and get some kind of guidance, I know I could do it because I've always made art, and sculpture is one of the things that I was just never good at, but I've always loved so much.
Yeah.
And just last night, that is so crazy that you bring that up.
Yeah. And I think that's like a really good example of like how we as human beings kind of limit ourselves and put ourselves in boxes and what we can and cannot do. And I think oftentimes people kind of shoot themselves in the foot. We kind of self-sabotage by not fully doing what we are interested in because, you know, we feel we're not good at it.
Yeah, I'm tripping out on that right now.
Good. Well, I definitely encourage that, and that looks amazing. So.
Thank you. I see you doing sculpture. It's just what? You know? Like out of the world of possibilities, it could be, I see you learning to raise llamas, you know, or horseback riding, or, you know, macro photography. It's about that weird, you know?
Let me see. Yeah, there's a reference. Let's see. After he died. Let me see what this is. I don't know if because that is kind of funneling in some info, and I'm wondering if the wires aren't getting crossed on some level. So let me we'll see where we're gonna go with this one. Get that. Okay. Interesting. This is someone who passed recently. But that'd have to be female. Female and recent. She is acknowledging that she did deal with the cancer. She's saying that this affected the feminine system, specifically focusing on breast. She's talking about the fact that this spread to the brain. It's kind of the big thing. The way this comes across, this went straight to brain. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not getting an initial hit in family. She is referencing to the 21st of a month, and because her communication is kind of so-so, she's showing me balloons. So it's always referencing to a birthday. So do you know anyone who has a birthday on the 21st?
Me.
Oh, you? Cool. Okay, nice. Well, that would be her way of referencing to you, because I'm like some 21st, 21st, 21st. So who would this be for you?
There is a female who passed recently who means a lot to me. She was my LA mom.
Oh, nice.
Her name was Elaine. She'd been having these problems. It was because she had cancer. So she seems okay.
Absolutely, she seems fine. Her ability to communicate is she's still learning.
Right.
But I can feel her joy. Like she's very feisty.
She is. She is. See, I'm saying she is because even though she's passed, it's like her energy is still so present, and she was such a just total firebrand, hilarious. I mean, very tough.
Strong lady.
Tough old gal, you know?
Yes. Because when she comes through, she's like insistent to come through. She puts everybody to the side.
Yeah.
And though she's not the best communicator, she's trying as hard as she can.
I can totally see her, like, barging through.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of how it's like. And that comes through, so please know she's with you.
It's an incredible gift to be able to get messages from people who have left this world, you know, that we don't have access to.
And then I have a man coming through. Someone would have died too soon. Someone who didn't get to live to be like old. This is a younger energy that pops in. Do you know if anyone had a seizure in the family?
At the end of someone's life, yes,
Okay,
seizures.
that's all I need to know. And the reason being is because that was one of the big things that was coming through on the way here was a reference to, I need to talk about like either the epilepsy or the seizures, because I have more than one. But there is one big one that I referenced to significantly, but then there's a second mini, like a smaller little one. How many total did he have to your knowledge?
2 major.
Okay, so who would this be for you?
My brother, my half-brother, actually. I always called him my brother, but my half-brother saw him. We were very close.
It's okay, sure.
But you know, it's pretty recent, so it's still,
very fresh, I understand.
My brother was very important to me. You know, it's only been a few months, and it felt just kind of like when he left that, like he's just gone. And somehow I wanted him to let me know that he's okay. He found out about his illness out of the blue. He had a set of seizures that then wiped most of everything out, including his ability to communicate. And so when this happened, it was really like inconceivable that it would be him, because he'd always been the one to get away with everything, you know?
He did try to communicate. Even though maybe verbally he wasn't able to so much. He's referencing the squeezing the hand. And then that was his way in that moment of saying, like, it's okay, I'm still here. And that was big, so.
Thank you.
He does acknowledge that shortly thereafter he passed, he did try to give an indication that he was around. Wow, okay, I just got the full body chills when you just gave me that message, literally. I have chills. There is a reference to like a clock going off. I wake up and then alarm goes off when it's not supposed to.
Oh, that was him.
So does that?
Yeah.
Do tell.
But it wasn't a clock. It was a bell.
It was a bell, okay.
And the clanger was missing. In the middle of the night, I was asleep, and the bell started ringing. It woke me up. I sat right up in bed, because it wasn't like ting, it was like taka, 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 taka. Like,
like good morning, wake up, we're here,
yeah. There's no way that it could have done that, because it didn't have a clanger, and it was wrapped in silk, and it was in the vase. It's funny to me because it was so loud and so obnoxious that it was like, I'm not reaching her any other way. Like, what can I do?
Ring the bell,
like, as loud as you could, like, do you hear this? You know, how much more obvious do I have to be? So that's, if you knew him, it would, well, you kind of do.
Kind of do.
In a strange way.
I'm referencing the geographical distance, so where was he when he passed?
In Northern California.
Okay, and where were you at the time?
I was back here.
He has one more significant message that I'm gonna have to deliver. What's interesting when he comes through is that he didn't want you there. He just didn't want there to be any upsetness about not being there physically.
I kind of felt that.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, if you look at the timing of his passing, like, he wanted to go when he went, and that was intentional.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a big one. That's like the #1 thing he wanted you to know.
Thank you.
Okay, so he's fine, but that's a big message.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to me that he wasn't upset that I wasn't there, and that, you know, that he didn't actually want anyone around. So that means the world to me. Thank you. This last year has just been really a lot of people passing, and a rough one, definitely. Part of you just feels very helpless in being able to, like, needing to communicate with them and make sure that they're all right, you know? So this has just been, like, seriously, so, just thank you.
Good. Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Means the world.
I'm so glad.
It's a very, very rare, rare gift that you've got, and
thank you.
and it's a gift that I was able to, you know, meet with you.
Good. Likewise, I'm so glad. Thank you for having me, truly. Yeah, absolutely.
You blew my mind.
Oh, I'm so glad. Good. Oh, it's so fun. Oh my gosh.
He's an incredibly gifted young man, incredibly gifted. Like I'm gonna be, you know, tripping on this for a while, to be honest.
Oh, you are so sweet.
I'm so, like, emotionally.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, we're both gonna need a nap after this.
Seriously, I'm not kidding.
I really feel good about this reading. I don't usually have clients who come when they've lost someone so recently. It was so fresh for her, so I think in a big way she heard exactly what she needed to hear for her stage in the grief process.
Thank you, darling.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
An angel. That kid just blew my mind. I mean, blew my mind. I'm like bawling my eyes out. I'm incredibly, just emotionally overwhelmed. There's just no way. There's no way that kid could know those things. There's no way. Like, things that I'm the only one who knows. And just, meant the world to me, so thank you very much.